What's the crack, lads? We are back. Welcome back. And we're going to be taking a look at the most fun formation in eFootball 2025 right now. Now, this is not the most meta, the most broken, the most sweaty, the most rank pushy, the most breaking mechanics type of formation. If you want that, man, long ball counter or quick counter, straight through the middle. That's all you need to do at the moment. However, this formation that we have here, I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I've also been dominating against other people. And I've taken down some giant killing matches as well in top ranks. I've beaten guys in the top 50, top 100, and just completely, had a lot of fun breaking down opponents, right? There's a lot of chance creation that you can do in this formation, and obviously it depends on what type of team that you want to put out. Obviously we have Collar there, but listen, we've got better options on the bench. I'm not going to lie to you. We have better options here. We have Salah, we have Suarez, we have Andriy Shevchenko, we've got Bale. I mean, it just depends on how much fun you want to have, because the meta players at the moment are dominating at such a level, such as Vieira and Pirlo, that it is kind of a different type of breakdown you need to do when you don't have those meta players. So if you don't have Samuel Eto'o up front, you don't have Bale, you don't have Drogba, you don't have those boys, you need to be a little bit more creative in how you attack. Not saying that you'll always win every single game with this formation, but I guarantee you your chance creation will be a lot more fun. Your variety of goals will be a lot more fun. And that's what it should be about, man. I think unless they bring in something that's worth pushing for, my opinion on it right now is because the AI defense is so heavy, you do need to get the fun out of attacking, you know what I mean? Which a lot of people would want. Nobody really wants to learn the defending or learn, really in-depth stuff about defending, because it's all about scoring goals, man. That's what most people want to play when they're playing a video game replicating, soccer or football. So we're going to just not really focus too much on the players. We've got Freddie Costa-Corta there. We've got Jordi Alba, who we got for free in a single spin. We've got Wesley Sneijder from the free box. And of course, we can put up whoever we want up front. But the concept stays the same for this, right? Just to talk you through this before we go into tactics. We've got our three centre-backs. We're playing a 3-5-2 or a 3-2-3-2. We're using De La Fuente. The reason we're using De La Fuente, boys, is because obviously it's a switch up from the meta Xabi Alonso or Deschamps, but we have two playstyle proficiencies plus the +1 booster to acceleration. You can pretty much... I think if you don't have a booster manager now, I think you are a big disadvantage just for the variety and what you can achieve going forward or having sub-tactics, which is a huge part of this formation here. The team play style that we've gone for is out wide starting off. We're going to switch to a possession game and a sub-tactic. We'll get to that in a second. But the main thing with this, lads, is that we've got a solid back three. Vieira is going to be being brought back as another CB when we don't have the ball. Pirlo is going to link up with Sneijder, David Villa as a three-man kind of tripod in the middle of the field to the centre forward position. Seedorf is going to be our defensive right midfielder, getting back, tracking back, a lot of manual defending, coming in centrally as well because he is a box-to-box. And then also Jordi Alba is going to be our outlet, our slick player on the left, and not really getting back defending. So we're going to be attacking essentially with Jordi Alba, Sneijder, Villa, Collar, and Seedorf, Pirlo, and Vieira is going to be getting back. So it's going to be a two-man job. Pirlo and Seedorf are going to be going double function. Sneijder, Jordi Alba, Collar, and David Villa. So it's going to be these four attacking most of the time with a little bit of help from Seedorf overlapping. But it's not really that important with the players. You can put any of your favourite players in here. So once we're set at the back here, and we've got our double pivot here with Vieira and Pirlo, we're going to be crossing with Jordi Alba and, doing a lot of possession-based stuff, holding the ball, overlaps, linking up with Sneijder. Seedorf is going to be doing it from the right flank, but also getting back to help out Pirlo, who's going to be pushing through the middle. And then David Villa and Collar up front. One tall, one small. One nimble, one kind of clunky. One with a big schlong, one with, a good finishing stance, right? That's what we're going to say. David Villa, obviously not the best striker that you can have. Listen, if you have Gareth Bale or you have Eto'o, obviously the game's going to be a lot easier, right? But David Villa, we've been having a lot of fun with him, man. He's a really fun player to use and a very dominant player for a free-to-play. But that's kind of the setup with the formation, right? These are the individual instructions. We're going to go for defensive on Costa-Corta and Thuram to keep the line back. Because we're playing three at the back, the only thing that this is going to be a problem, right, where it's going to be a problem, is if you come up against somebody that's going to stretch you out. Now, what I mean by that is that they're going to be out really wide. Most people don't do it. I would say 90% of people are playing centrally now. Long ball counter, quick counter, because that's what works, right? But if you come up against somebody that likes possession, This is where the sub-tactic comes in. So it's defensive on Costa Curta and Thuram to keep them 3 boys back. Rijkaard will kind of follow their lead with the AI, and you can manually control Rijkaard because you've only got one defender left that's not being controlled by the AI. Deep line on Vieira, very self-explanatory. He's coming back as a 4th CB when you're out of possession, and then counter-target on whichever one of your left or right midfielders that you want to be attacking with. So in this case, it's Jordi Alba. You don't need to overcomplicate it too much. I could go on and make myself important and, do a 10-minute video on talking about, this and that and whatever. All you literally need to know is that you're defending with your right midfielder in this formation or your left, whichever one you're pushing forward with and getting the ball into the box and helping to attack with, you put counter-target on. That's essentially it, right? So, sub-tactic. We are going to go for a bit of a switch up here. And while this is kind of more meta, where you're going to 4-2-2-2, because of the changes, there is one reason why we're doing this. So, in the last couple of weeks especially, a lot of people that I've been playing against, as I've used this formation more and more and more and gone up the ranks, a lot of people, when they see you using an out-wide formation, I'm probably going to do a separate video on this. A lot of people will use this individual instruction, which is called tight marking or man marking. So when somebody uses tight marking on you, the players, it just becomes so tight, man, especially if you're like in this formation. If somebody tight marks or man marks Jordi Alba and Seedorf, 90% of our attacking prowess or attacking opportunities are gone because the AI is so horny and so heavily assisted that it's very hard to spread the ball out and it's very hard to play possession out wide. So it means your 2 outlets are gone. So essentially Jordi Alba and Seedorf are just bystanders unless they come in centrally. When they come in centrally, that suits somebody that's playing meta because it comes a game of fire versus fire. Instead of what this is like water versus fire. So if you come up against a long ball counter or quick counter guy, they don't want you holding the ball. They literally want you to get rid of the ball as quickly as possible. So with this one here, we're switching this one to a possession game, which De La Fuente has. And we're also going a little bit more meta, but mostly it's about changing a lot of the positions around. So David Villa and Jan Koller are changing positions, going from left to right or right to left. Seedorf is going from right mid into a left attacking midfielder. Pirlo's pushing up, and Schneider is going to the other side with the other attacking midfielder there. Jordi Alba, if somebody is man-marking Jordi Alba, his AI is going to be completely busted because Jordi Alba moves back to a left back, so it's going to create a lot of space. Now what I've done, and I'm going to show you in a video in the future, right? What I've done with this is very, very simple. We've turned Vieira into attacking, we've turned Pirlo into attacking, and then we've counter-target on our 2 boys, Seedorf and Schneider. That's going to create a lot of different runs with possession. It's going to create a lot of differences with the AI, and it is going to confuse your opponent. So if you're flicking on and off sub-tactic and being a little bit more kind of, studious as to what your opponent is trying to do to stop you, that will really mess up his AI. I will do a full breakdown video of it. It is a little bit more in-depth than that. But essentially what you're doing is, if you have the ball and you're attacking with this. If you lose the ball, you're switching on your sub-tactic and you're going into a more solid 4-4-2 or a 4-2-2-2. And what happens is that if somebody is man-marking Seedorf and Jordi Alba, when you switch to sub-tactic, when you get the ball back for a couple of attacks, his AI is going to be all over the place unless he actually changes it and takes off man-marking. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll start a formation and I'll switch to this for the first 15 minutes of the game to completely throw him. Then I'll press pause, right? And I'll actually nearly see if he's going to make a change. Then I'll switch on my main tactic. So it really confuses your opponent. I'll show you in another video, but that is essentially it. So let me know. And as I said, lads, look, we'd be kidding ourselves if we said that these players don't make a difference, man. I think at this stage, these type of players that you have now, they are massive upgrades on the free-to-play players. I mean, gone are the days of releasing Neymar and Costa Curta. I know Tony Adams, a lot of you guys rate him, but gone are the days where they could really, really, really dominate over, premium cards. I mean, there is just no equal to Gareth Bale right now. I mean, he is literally Cristiano Ronaldo in a card, apart from not having super high heading or attacking awareness. And his weak foot accuracy is only high. And he's in inconsistent form. But it's an unbelievable card that you just can't really stop if somebody knows how to use him or if you know how to use him. But yeah, this is a super fun formation. Let me know what you guys think. As I said, we've beaten a lot of really good top-ranked players with this. And even from playing just a couple of matches with it on my free-to-play, replicating this with the free-to-play, we mightn't win a lot of games because we don't have the players that are as superstar-y as this, but we are dominating games. 65% possession, 150 passes, 200 passes sometimes in a game if we're really on our game, spreading it around. and maybe like 5, 6, 7 shots on target every game that are different. You know what I mean? They're different. You don't know, your opponent doesn't know if you're going to attack from left, right, central, 2 strikers up front, long range shots, free kicks, corners. It's really fun. It's really fun. So that is it for me, lads. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll have the other video on how to get past tight marking and man marking with sticky opponents very soon. Peace.